Your ex is silent war with themselves because, my beloved child, tonight begins with a truth your ex has been desperately trying to outrun. A truth that keeps clawing at their chest every single time your name flashes in their memory. And that truth is the reason they are in a silent war with themselves. A war they can't win and can't walk away from. They pretend to be fine. They smile in public. They move like someone who has already healed. But deep inside their mind is a battlefield where every thought of you hits them like an unexpected explosion. The moment they realized what they lost, everything around them collapsed slowly, silently, and painfully. They can't tell their friends because that's where their ego starts screaming. They can't tell their family because that's where their pride starts burning. They can't tell themselves because that's where their guilt starts suffocating. Something inside them keeps replaying the last moment between you two, the last sentence, the last look in your eyes, the last time their heart felt truly alive. And every time that memory returns, they freeze as if destiny itself is holding their face and forcing them to watch what they destroyed with their own hands. They want to reach out so badly that their fingers shake when they scroll through your photos, but the fear of rejection has locked their voice inside their throat. They check your profile secretly. They wait for you to post something. They read into every little symbol, every little sign, hoping the universe will give them courage they don't have. Their silence is not peace, it's punishment. Their distance is not strength, it's fear. Their pride is not confidence, it's regret wearing armor. And the worst part is no one knows this except them. And now you. Amen. Blessing 222, paragraph 2, new unique opening line. Listen carefully because this next part will shock you. Your ex is fighting two versions of themselves at the same time. The version who wants to run back to you and confess everything. And the version who is terrified you've already moved on to someone who values you in ways they never did. The silent war is tearing them apart because the more they try to forget you, the sharper your memory becomes. When they lie down at night, their thoughts are not quiet. They're loud, wild, and full of questions they wish they had asked before it was too late. Why did they walk away? Why did they pretend not to care? Why did they act strong when every part of them was asking them to stay? They replay moments where they could have chosen honesty over ego, softness over stubbornness, love over fear. And every time their heart whispers your name, their mind shouts back, no, don't go back. You don't deserve them anymore. That inner scream, that inner conflict is what keeps them awake at 2 a.m. scrolling through old chats they never deleted, hovering over the message button but never pressing send. They tell themselves, I'm fine. But then they see someone compliment you, someone noticing you, someone appreciating what they once ignored. And suddenly their entire world cracks. They get jealous in silence. They panic in silence. They hurt in silence. They love you in silence. This is the war they can't express. And that is why their soul feels like it's burning from the inside out. Amen. Blessing 333. Now, let me reveal the deepest truth they've been hiding, even from themselves. Your ex is in a silent war because they finally understand that losing you wasn't just a breakup. It was the loss of their peace, their anchor, their safest place, their once-in-a-lifetime person. They never realized that your presence protected them from their own inner demons. But the moment you walked away, those demons woke up and started whispering the truth they tried to avoid for months. They compare every new person to you. And every new person fails that comparison instantly. They listen to songs they once pretended not to like just because those songs remind them of you. They walk past places you both visited, and suddenly the ground feels heavy beneath their feet. They try talking to new people, but in every conversation, every smile, every moment, their mind silently says, "This isn't them. This isn't you." They are angry with themselves for letting you slip away. Angry that they didn't hold on tighter. Angry that they acted like your love was replaceable when it was the rarest blessing they ever had. Their silent war is getting louder every day, and soon something inside them is going to break open. They can't keep pretending forever. They can't keep hiding forever. They can't keep fighting themselves forever. And the moment they decide to face their truth, everything you thought you knew about this story will change in ways you never expected. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 444. Let me take you deeper into their mind, because right now your ex is living two lives. One that they show to the world and one that they hide in the shadows of their heart. And the war between these two versions has become unbearable. On the outside, they laugh, they post, they act unbothered. But on the inside their heart is trembling every time they imagine someone else giving you the happiness they failed to give. Their guilt is not small. It's a storm that hits every time their phone lights up and they secretly hope it's you. They wake up with your name on their mind and go to sleep with your absence hurting their soul. They are haunted by the moment they let you go. By the moment they chose ego instead of effort, pride instead of vulnerability. And now whenever they see your glow, your rise, your strength, it stabs them softly, because they know you healed without them. You grew without them. You became someone they can admire but no longer claim. This truth is eating them alive. They fear that if they come back now, you'll look at them and see the person who broke your heart. Not the person who wishes they had protected it. Their silence is not strength. It's a wound they can't talk about. Amen. Blessing 666. Now pay attention, because this next revelation will shake you. Your ex has started arguing with themselves in their own mind, replaying every choice, every mistake, every moment they pushed you away. They tell themselves, maybe they're happier without me, but the next second their heart screams, go back before someone else loves them better than you ever could. This inner fight is destroying their peace. They pick up their phone to message you, but their fingers freeze. They start typing paragraphs only to delete them in panic. They stalk your updates without liking anything, terrified you'll see their name and know they still care. And the biggest shock, their friends have started noticing the change. They see the way your ex zones out during conversations, the way they fake smiles, the way their mood shifts when your name is mentioned casually. They're losing focus at work, getting irritated easily, forgetting things, feeling restless, and they don't know how to explain the real reason behind this emotional collapse. The silent war has become so intense that even small things remind them of you. Your favorite song, your old messages, your laugh, your handwriting, your habits. Every reminder becomes a battle. Every memory becomes a trigger. Every thought becomes a fight they keep losing. Amen. Blessing 777. Here comes the revelation they never wanted you to know. Your ex is afraid that destiny is punishing them for hurting you. And now they feel like everything in their life is falling apart piece by piece. They think about you constantly, not because they want drama. Not because they're bored, but because their soul knows they walked away from someone irreplaceable. They see you leveling up. They see blessings coming your way. And instead of feeling happy from a distance, they feel the weight of regret pulling them down. Deep inside, a voice keeps saying, "If I don't fix this now, I will lose them forever." And yet, fear chains them to silence. They know one message from you could break their pride. One call from you could end the war inside them. One small sign could pull them back into the truth they've been trying to hide. Their heart wants to surrender, but their mind keeps building walls. But here's the twist. Those walls are starting to crack. And the moment they crumble, your ex will no longer be able to pretend, no longer be able to hide, no longer be able to silence the love they've been carrying secretly. Something huge is coming your way, something that will reveal everything they've been burying deep inside. Amen. Blessing 888. Let me expose what your ex tried to bury so deeply that even they pretended it didn't exist. The real war inside them began the moment they saw you healing without needing them. That single realization shattered their illusion of control. They always thought you would wait, that your heart would stay stuck on them, that your silence meant you were still hurting. But when they noticed your glow growing, your confidence rising, your spirit becoming unstoppable, something inside them broke in a way they couldn't repair. They started questioning their own worth. Why did I let them go? Why wasn't I enough to keep their love? What if someone else gives them everything I failed to? Every answer they find destroys them a little more. They scroll through your pictures slowly, zooming in on your smile, searching for clues of softness that once belonged to them. They stare at your eyes and those pictures and wonder if someone else is lucky enough to see that tenderness in person now. Every time they imagine you laughing with someone else, their heart clenches like it's being squeezed with bare hands. They thought walking away made them strong. But now they realize you were the only thing that ever made them feel safe. Amen. Blessing 1-0. But here's where the war turns explosive. Your ex is fighting their own shadow. The darker part of themselves that hates the truth. You were too good for them and they knew it. This shadow whispers in their ear every night. You don't deserve them back. You broke them. You walked away. You lost your chance. And that voice has become louder than their pride. They try distracting themselves, talking to new people, filling their days with noise, but nothing works. Every new conversation feels dry. Every compliment from others feels empty. Every connection feels fake because their heart refuses to let anyone replace you. They compare every person to you, not consciously, but instinctively. And every comparison ends with the same painful conclusion. They're not you. Their mind plays scenes of your laughter, the way you talked, the softness you carried, and they realize no one else brings that same calmness. That same fire, that same spark. They crave your presence more than they want to admit. They miss the way you understood their silence, their moods, their fears, their flaws, and the guilt of hurting someone who loved them so deeply has become their biggest enemy. Amen. Blessing 111. And now, brace yourself because this final truth is the one they're terrified of facing. The reason the silent war is becoming unbearable is because your ex fears destiny is closing the door they once slammed shut. They feel like time is running out. They feel like someone is coming into your life who will love you louder, hold you tighter, support you stronger, and cherish you in ways they never had the courage to. They imagine losing you forever, and that fear twists inside them like fire burning through their heart. They think about messaging you, calling you, apologizing, confessing, begging for one last chance, but their fear of rejection glues their lips shut. They're scared that you'll respond coldly. Scared that you'll ignore them. Scared that you'll say it's too late. This fear is destroying them far more than the breakup ever did. They're stuck between wanting to run to you and wanting to hide from the consequences of their own choices, but here's the twist. Destiny is preparing. This war won't stay silent for long. The pressure inside them is rising. And soon something will force them to choose. Stay trapped in regret or break their silence and face the truth they can't escape anymore. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1212. Here's where everything becomes explosive. Your ex has reached a stage where their mind, heart, and soul are no longer agreeing on anything, and the conflict inside them has become a hurricane that refuses to calm down. They wake up every day pretending life is normal, but the truth is that they're drowning in unspoken emotions that have started haunting them in the smallest details. When they brush their teeth, your smile flashes in their memory. When they make coffee, they remember how you liked yours. When they see couples on the street, an invisible knife twists inside their chest. And when they try to sleep, their thoughts run like wildfire, reminding them of every mistake they made when they had the chance to love you, right? They try to silence the noise in their head, but your name echoes louder than their pride ever could. They replay text messages you once sent, rereading them like sacred memories, wishing they hadn't taken your affection for granted, wishing they hadn't delayed their apologies, wishing they hadn't pushed away the one person who saw their soul without judgment. They are terrified of admitting this truth, but the war inside has made it impossible to deny. Losing you was the moment they lost the softest part of themselves. Now their own reflection feels foreign. Their own heartbeat feels heavy. And their own silence feels like a punishment written specifically for them. They feel as if life is confronting them, saying, "This is what happens when you walk away from the person who was meant for you." And that realization stings deeper than any breakup, deeper than any goodbye, deeper than any regret they've ever felt. Amen. Blessing 1414. Now, let me expose the secret they are terrified the world will discover. Your ex has begun imagining conversations with you in their own mind. Entire scripts where they confess everything they lacked the courage to say when you were still standing in front of them. In their imagination, they tell you, "I miss you. I'm sorry. I didn't realize your value until I lost it." But when they think of actually saying these words out loud, their fear slams the door shut. This internal push and pull is breaking them into fragments. They want to send a message, but then they convince themselves no, they've moved on. They want to call you, but their mind whispers, what if they don't pick up? They want to confess their truth, but their heart trembles because they know you deserved better, better effort, better love, better honesty. And this is what keeps destroying them. They are afraid you finally receive that better from someone else. The image of another person making you smile is enough to send them into a spiral they can't climb out of. They scroll through your updates with shaking hands, terrified of discovering a hint that you are happier without them. They refresh your profile multiple times a day, hoping to see nothing that confirms their fear. They analyze every caption, every emoji, every moment of your glow, searching for clues they can't admit they're desperate for. And the most painful truth, their heart has started accepting that you were never the problem. They were. Their immaturity, their hesitation, their lack of clarity, their unhealed wounds, all of it created a distance they wish they could undo with a single breath. And now that they've recognized this, the guilt has become heavier than their silence. Heavier than their pride, heavier than the love they kept hidden. Amen. Blessing. 15:15, and now comes the truth that will shake your entire understanding of their silence. Your ex is in a silent war because destiny has started confronting them with synchronicities they cannot ignore. Everywhere they go, reminders of you appear like signs they never asked for, a stranger wearing your favorite color. A song you loved suddenly playing in a store. Someone using the same phrases you used to say. Sudden thoughts of you that hit them in the middle of their day like lightning. At first they brushed these signs off. But now these signs follow them everywhere, pulling them deeper into the truth they ran from. Their inner voice keeps whispering, reach out. Fix this, before someone else becomes the one they trust, the one they hold, the one they call home. But their fear continues whispering, you're too late. This tug-of-war is tearing their heart apart. Their ego wants them to stay silent, but their soul wants to scream your name. Their pride wants them to move on, but their heart refuses to let go. Their logic tells them to forget you, but their emotions keep dragging them back into memories that feel too alive to be ignored. And now destiny is aligning something powerful, something that will push them to make a choice they've been avoiding for far too long. Their silence is reaching its breaking point. The weight inside them is becoming too heavy to carry. And very soon, one moment, one thought, one dream, one sign will push them into action in a way you never expected. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1616. Let me take you directly into their deepest conflict. Because right now, your ex is living inside a battlefield where every memory of you is a weapon turning against their own heart. They've reached a point where pretending no longer works. Every smile feels forced. Every laugh feels hollow. Every distraction feels temporary. The truth they keep running from is chasing them faster than their ego can hide. They look at themselves in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back. The confidence they once carried gone. The pride they once protected crumbling. The mask of I'm fine they wear every day breaking apart piece by piece. And it's all because the reality of losing you has finally hit them with full force. They think about the way you cared without needing anything in return. The way you supported them when they didn't even support themselves. The way you forgave them even when they didn't deserve it. They replay these moments like scenes from a movie that ended too soon. And each scene cuts deeper than the last. They realize how safe your love felt, how rare your loyalty was, how deeply your presence touched their soul. And now standing in the ruins of their own choices, they understand that, walking away from you wasn't just a mistake. It was the moment their life started falling apart silently. Amen. Blessing 18:18. But wait, the storm inside them has just begun to reveal its true strength because now your ex has started experiencing something they never expected. Emotional flashbacks. One scent reminds them of you. One sentence reminds them of you. One random place brings back a memory they thought they had erased. Someone laughs like you. Their chest tightens. Someone uses your favorite phrase, their throat closes. Someone treats them kindly. They think of how gently you loved them. They run into old pictures, old videos, old messages, moments where your love was overflowing and they can't handle the impact. Their hands shake, their heart races, their mind screams, "Why did I lose this? Why didn't I choose them? Why was I so blind?" They feel jealous when they see you leveling up. They feel terrified imagining someone else touching your heart. They feel shattered when they realize you are finally stepping into your true power. And the worst part is the people around them don't know why they suddenly zone out, why they become distant in conversations, why they stare at walls in silence, why their mood switches without warning. This silent war is draining them emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They've never felt this level of regret before. And for the first time, they're admitting internally, "You weren't the one who was hard to love. I was the one who didn't know how to love." Right. Amen. Blessing 19:19. Now, here comes the most shocking truth. Your ex's silent battle is turning into desperation because destiny is showing them a picture they can no longer ignore you moving forward without them. They fear that the door is closing permanently and this fear is shaking them to their core. They start seeing signs everywhere. Your initials, repeating numbers, songs from your past, dreams where you're walking away from them. These signs terrify them because somewhere deep inside they believe destiny is warning them. Fix this now or someone else will take the place you once had. Their mind begins whispering wild thoughts, thoughts they never expected to have. What if I reach out? What if I confess everything? What if they still care? What if I still have a chance? But then fear slams into them like a wall. What if they reject me? What if they ignore me? What if they laugh at me now? This push and pull is tearing their soul apart. They want to come forward, but their guilt is chaining them down. They want to speak the truth, but their ego is whispering lies. They want to fix things, but their fear says, "You don't deserve forgiveness." Yet, destiny doesn't wait forever. And your ex knows something is about to happen, something that will force them to decide. Either they step forward or they lose you forever. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 2020. Now, here's the truth. They never wanted destiny to expose. Your ex's silent war has reached a stage where every part of their life feels like it is falling out of alignment because of the weight of your absence. They try behaving normal for the world, but inside they feel like they're collapsing piece by piece under the pressure of their own mistakes. When they wake up, the first thought is you. When they go to sleep, the last thought is you. Throughout the day, small memories attack them without warning. Your voice echoing in their mind, your softness brushing against their conscience. Your kindness replaying like a gentle but painful reminder of everything they lost. Their heart feels bruised from all the emotions they've been suppressing. Their mind feels exhausted from fighting the truth. Their soul feels empty because it has been craving the comfort it once found only in you. They scroll through your pictures like someone searching for reasons to breathe. But every picture only hurts them more, reminding them of a love they held loosely and lost carelessly. They see your glow increasing, your energy rising, your life expanding, and, instead of feeling proud, guilt grips their chest because they know they could have been part of that growth, that glow, that journey. Their silence is no longer a choice. It's a cage and the walls are closing in. Amen. Blessing 2222. Let me reveal what they are hiding even from their closest people. Your ex has started questioning whether life is punishing them for how they treated you. They notice how their connections feel shallow now. How conversations feel empty. How their heart refuses to attach to anyone no matter how hard they try. They thought replacing you would be easy, but destiny showed them the truth. Connections like yours are not found twice. They meet new people, but feel nothing. They go on with their routine but feel hollow. They laugh, but their soul doesn't. Every attempt at moving on ends with the same painful conclusion. No one understands them like you did. No one listens like you did. No one touches their heart the way you once did without even trying. They see you becoming wiser, stronger, more attractive, more powerful with each passing day. And jealousy mixes with admiration inside them like a burning poison. They hate the idea of someone else getting close to you. The thought of someone else knowing your secrets, hearing your laughter, holding your hands, it destroys their peace instantly. They knew your worth too late. And now regret hits them like waves they can't escape. Their internal war has now turned into regret. Regret has turned into longing. And longing has turned into fear. Fear that destiny will not give them another chance. Amen. Blessing 2323. And now comes the revelation that will change everything. Your ex's silent war is nearing its breaking point because destiny is forcing them to confront one truth they can no longer run from. They still love you and they never stopped. This realization is hitting them so hard that their ego is cracking under the pressure. They walk around pretending nothing is wrong, but their heart is screaming for relief. Their mind is begging for clarity, their soul is whispering your name louder than ever. They check their phone more often than before, hoping for a message from you that might ease their guilt. They imagine scenarios where you give them one more chance. One more conversation, one more moment to explain what their pride shattered, but the fear of losing you forever makes their chest tighten in ways they can't control. They are terrified that while they battle their own emotions, someone else has already stepped into your life and given you the love they never had the courage to give. And that fear is what's pushing them toward a point where one decision, one impulsive action, one emotional breakdown might make them finally break their silence. They are reaching a moment where holding back will hurt more than reaching out. And when that moment comes, everything in this story will shift in your favor. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 2400 Hours 24. Subscribe our channel for daily prayer prophetic.